You heard me talk about years ago how I had to bust myself out from lying. I was right in the middle of a lie, sweet lie, making that thing up. I mean, it was amazing. I was laying that thing down. Some of y'all just looking like, oh my God, yeah. All right. Now, this isn't before the Lord, though. So I don't want you to get it twisted. It wasn't before Jesus. This was after Jesus. I committed this thing to prayer. You know, I wanted the power of this lie to be broken over me. But I needed the acceptance of others too much. So, you know, certain times I just compromised. And this was one of those times. Prior to that, you know, the Spirit of the Lord told me, you know, you just got to just go out there, you know, just handle your business, be bold with it. So right in the midst of this sweet lie, B, I mean, that thing, I was hooking that thing up. I had everybody around like, ooh, really? You know, I was lying about stuff I ain't had none of it. Lying about stuff that I did. You know how you see something in the magazine, you're like, ooh, and I start lying like I was there. You know, laying that thing out, you know. I was too shallow. I was weak. I wanted them to see me different than who I really was. That's why I was lying, right? So right in the midst of that thing, the Spirit of the Lord said, tell him you're lying. So I bust straight out, looked at him just like I was laying that thing down and say, I'm lying. Don't believe nothing I just said. Everything I said was a lie. And they all bust out laughing, but I was serious. They realized I was serious when I stopped using words. Last thing somebody said was, I lied about everything, and they just staring at you. They were lying. Well, I ain't had that issue since. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So we're working on the project now. Now, we're working on the project now, right now, for real. This is right now, today. Well, I'm in uncharted territory, so I have to rely on a lot of other people getting a lot of information. So it's kind of like drinking from a fire hydrant. Well, the enemy tried to sucker me, Kay, into lying to save us a couple of $1,000. Wow. So if I lie, it'll be 1,000. If I tell the truth, it's 10,000. Well, the time in hours. Oh, no, see, lying is out the question. No, you got to understand. Right. All right, but now listen, that's 9,000 tithing dollars. No, he tried to lay that thing out. It was real sweet. You know, you love the people of God. And you want to spend their money the best way. So what you do is don't just look at them. Just allow them to believe that, oh, I'm misleading them. And I mean, we can lay this thing out however we want to, you know. Now, I was a former liar, a real good one, so I know all the little idiosyncrasies to it, you know what I'm saying? So either I can intentionally deceive you, or I can mislead you, or I can stand around and just pretend like I don't know what you're talking about. All those are lies, man. Right. So no, if it's going to cost more than what we're comfortable paying, this isn't my time. Right. Maybe later on today, maybe tomorrow, maybe a week from now, but this isn't my time. I'm cool with that. Am I making sense to you? So don't think because you defeated it in the past, the devil won't try to double back on you. Right. But come on, shout, I'm sin free. I'm sin free. No, shout it out, I'm sin free. I'm sin free. Glory be to God. So now listen, that doesn't mean that you've never committed sin. That just means you're smart enough that after you did it to realize, wait a minute, this thing destroys my relationship with God, and I am going to repent, metanoia, change my mind, turn away from this, and I'm turning toward God. And he's taken that thing out of my life. Jesus. All right. So then we move from sin to sickness. Now, sickness just like sin. Shout, I'll never be sick.
I'll never be sick.
Another day in my life.
Another day in my life.
Come on now, don't be scared because the weather changes. Say, I'll never be sick.
I'll never be sick.
Another day in my life.
Another day in my life.
Come on, say it with a little attitude, like they're trying to go up on your copay. You know what I'm saying? And you got an appointment, and the doctor say, no, doc, for that procedure, you need to come up with $2,500 up front. And you don't have 24. Forget the 25. Come on, say, I'll never be sick.
I'll never be sick.
Yeah, that's the attitude I was after. Another day in my life.
Another day in my life.
All right. So now sickness and illness or disease launched against our flesh with the intent to diminish our quality of life. In addition, it is the vehicle that will be used to usher us into eternity. So Satan uses this to diminish our quality of life. He uses it. So God promised us abundance. Sickness and disease comes in, and we get stuck right in the middle. Because most of the people we know, before they left here, something took them out. There was some sickness that put their life in that vehicle and said, I'm taking you out. Now, I said this before, and it bears repeating, that we die from our mouth more than we do external conditions. Wow. Cancer is given credit, but your mouth was the vehicle. Proverbs 18:21 teaches us that death and life is in the power of the tongue. That death and life is in the power of the tongue. Where is death and life? In the power of the tongue. So if death and life is in my tongue, cancer has no death. Come on, no. Listen to what I'm saying now. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. How can you give now life over to high blood? How can you give life over to heart failure? How can you do that, or death? How can you turn it over? And the Bible said death and life is in my mouth. So I don't care what the doctor says. You ever had a person who they were diagnosed with something, and right after the diagnosis, they began to act out what the diagnosis was? But the situation existed before they knew it. When that word was spoken and they received it and they embraced it and they embodied it, they gave power to it. Let me say this again. So that strand of cancer that was in there, you've been feeling a little, off before. Couple of months. You go to the doctor and the doctor say there's cancer alive and well, and all of a sudden your energy is zapped. Cancer didn't zap your energy because cancer was already there. If cancer zapped your energy, they're going to pick you up off the floor passed out. But you've been functioning with this. I know several people who've had heart attacks. So, and they've had them for years. When they went to the doctor and was like, have you been experiencing some pain? Yeah, my left arm, and then, my breathing is like, really? Because you've been having these heart attacks. Oh, my God, I can't breathe. No, see, listen to what I'm saying. Where is death and life? In the power of the tongue. So just because cancer has credit for it doesn't mean cancer has power. Just because high blood has credit doesn't mean high blood has power. Just because sugar diabetes has credit doesn't mean it has